Welcome back to the channel. This episode of KD's Reviews is going to be addressing some of these TV at the home watching a movie, and then at the theater. There's a lot of movies coming out this month right here, or in the next couple of weeks. And every time I mention them to this viewer, because he's a viewer out in the real world, that he kept just saying, "Well, I'll just wait till it come on TV. I'll just wait till it come on streaming. I don't want to go out there." Now there are some pros and cons of watching the movie at home and watching the movie at the actual theater. You know, let's talk about five of them. Five for the TV, sitting at home, and five for actually going out to the theater. Number one, for the TV, there's no audience there. You don't got all these people coming in, stepping over you, talking on the phone, talking during the movie. Oh wow. Stepping over you, going to the bathroom, back and forth, over talking the movie. You didn't hear this important plot because somebody's talking, putting their feet on the chair. Another advantage of watching a movie at home is there's no start times, especially now with streaming. You want to watch movie X, movie R, you just go in there and start watching it on Netflix right then. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 a.m., 2 p.m. You don't have to wait till a certain time or wait till you get off of work and rush, hurry and get over there. Another thing, snacks. Now, this is I keep hearing this right here, even on other YouTube channels and even some of the stuff I've read on Google. With 3 people and 3 snacks and 3 drinks and 3 popcorn, it costs $100. Really? Are you going to go see F1? Are you going to see Jurassic World? Or are you going for the popcorn? If you want popcorn, buy some popcorn at some of these retail stores. I'm not going to the movie because of popcorn. Now, if the popcorn's there and I want it, that's fine. But that's not the reason why I left the house. It wasn't popcorn and M&Ms. Another thing is, you could pause the movie, you eating all that stuff. Oh, I got to get up and go to the bathroom. The movie's going to keep going at the theater. But see, at home, you can just pause it and then come back and then pick it up there. You ain't got to step all over these people either. Your bathroom's right there, 5 seconds away. Another advantage of watching a movie on TV. There's no trailers. Now, these trailers are getting longer and longer and longer. I'm going to say the last time I went to the movie, it was at least 20 minutes of trailers. That's too long. It should be, I would say, 3 trailers. That should be good enough. But, I went to the movie just recently, and I couldn't even remember what movie am I here to see. Because it was like 25 minutes of trailers. That's too many trailers, And you can't say, well, I'll just wait till 7:30, and then I'll try to time it right. Yeah, you're not going to be able to time that. This ain't football where you're catching the ball and coming across the middle. And now the advantages of going to the movies. Okay? Because there are major advantages of going to the actual physical movie that outweigh watching it on TV. It's the sound. You're never going to be able to replicate that sound. About a 900-watt Dolby Atmos home theater system. That could lift your car up right now. But you'll never be able to replicate that surround. 16, 32 speakers around your head. That's broken up. You're never going to be able to replicate that. I don't care how good the system you got. I don't care if you spend $10,000 on it. It's not going to be able to replicate the sound at the theater. Picture size. Come on, get real. I got an 80-inch TV. Oh, really? Take your 80-inch TV to the theater and put it next to the screen. There's no way. There's no way you're going to be able to replicate that picture size, especially for a big movie. Let's just say, like Saving Private Ryan or even F1. You're never going to replicate how big that look on the theater. I don't even. The closest you'll probably get to it is if you have a projector for outside. That'd be the closest you could probably get to it, but then the quality of the picture is not going to be there. Number 3, advantage of the movie. You have like IMAX. Now IMAX, depending on where you live at, it could be 2 to 3 stories size. And the sound of that also. You're never going to be able to replicate that. I saw one movie in IMAX. Saw F1 in IMAX. Okay. Then I saw it on the regular screen, the regular theater screen now, regular theater screen. It was a different movie. It wasn't as big, wasn't as imposing. It didn't seem like you were as much there as you were when you saw it on the IMAX screen. Number four, another thing about better than going to the movies. No commercials in the middle of it. You know, you ever been watching a movie at home and you get to this real part, this twist and a turn, and then a commercial comes on about pork and beans. You know, and it's like, oh, and then depending on what channel you're watching it on, it just keeps on going. And think about it this way: some of these streaming channels, like Hulu, they have commercials in there now. Disney Plus has a cheaper version with commercials in it. Netflix has one with commercials in it. You know, so there's no commercials in the theater. It starts going. You got to go to the bathroom. The movie's going to keep on going without you. And number five, the overall experience of the movie. You know, going there, the light getting dark, the anticipation. You know, of what am I going to see here? What is going to be a twist and a turn? It's going to be a scary movie. It's going to be science fiction. Well, I've never seen this movie. I didn't see that in the trailer. You're never going to be able to experience that. That's one of the number one thing with the movie is the overall experience. You know, you and your friends go out after seeing the movie. You stand out there in the lobby and talk about it. Or you go next door and talk about it. Or maybe it's a date or something. And you talk about that movie. You know, you can't. TVs don't replicate that. You know, you're standing around a water cooler at work talking about that movie or that TV show. Remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. You know, tell me down here in the comments below, which one do you prefer, the TV or the movies? You know, there is no right or no wrong answer. Just tell me what your experience is and what you think. If you would like to see another movie, another episode of KDS Reviews, where I actually talk about streaming against, TV with versus TV, then watch this video right here. This is KDS Reviews, and I will see you in the next video.